What's up everyone, Alex here. So I've been having this problem for the past few weeks recently, and the problem is that I kind of want to talk about games that aren't JRPGs that I'm still interested in. You see, this is always a struggle for a YouTuber whenever we want to talk about things that we're interested in, because sometimes you're known for something that is justifiable. I love JRPGs. I will never, ever stop playing JRPGs. But we also play other games, much like you, outside of the periphery. And for the longest time, I've been laboring on trying to figure out how I can talk about these games and giving every single game the opportunity to shine. Because if I make an individual video for every single game that I'm going to be talking about today, I don't think they're going to perform as well compared to this one. Which is why I kind of decided to make another games I've been playing video, because I really think these 5 games are worthy of your attention. And yes, they are not within the JRPG realm. I think even one of them is maybe you can kind of argue it is because the game is made in Japan, but I don't think that that's accurate either. And so I want to take this time to talk about these 5 amazing games. And as always, you can bounce around using the chapters if you so wish. And here we go. Let's talk about these 5 games, and I hope you enjoy this video. I know I played the demo for Gestalt, Steam, and Cinder a while back. But now that the game's out, I can't stop thinking about how it really nails the look and feel of a Metroidvania. Maybe it's been far too long since I played a Metroidvania that I truly enjoyed, but Gestalt, Steam, and Cinder takes me back to those good old Symphony of the Night days when I'd laboriously explore Dracula's castle, upside down and right side up. What helps this is an elegant progression system that reminds me a lot of Final Fantasy X's Sphere Grid, allowing you to customize your character in interesting ways. And when you blend that with the precision of controlling Alethea, the myriad of monsters and enemies lining its maze-like corridors, as well as its gorgeous pixel art that makes me say wow at almost every given opportunity, and this game's an easy recommendation to anyone who calls themselves a fan of the genre. Arranger is a sliding puzzle game designed around an old-school tile-based RPG layout that's got a vibrant look and feel, featuring beautiful scenery and artwork that parallax in the background, accompanied by beautiful music and a driving narrative that will warm people's hearts. A lot of people say that JRPGs are niche, but I'd argue that puzzle games are in a niche of their own. So when I heard about Arranger, a role-puzzling adventure, I immediately thought 2 things. 1, sliding puzzles are traditionally really challenging, despite its seeming simplicity. And 2, why call back to RPGs with role-puzzling adventure? All of these questions were immediately answered as soon as I played the game. Yes, it's got sliding puzzles. In fact, the entire world is made up of one gigantic sliding puzzle. But moreover, these sliding puzzles require you to slide objects from one location to another as part of the gameplay. There were quite a few times that some of the trickier puzzles got me stuck, so if you're the kind that gets easily frustrated by these kinds of games, this might give you pause. However, what made me push through until the end is the story, which I can only describe as wholesome, filled with well-meaning morals about life, wrapped in a metaphor for venturing outside of your comfort zone. Tied in with artwork from the artist responsible for the look of Braid, as well as a fantastic soundtrack that I immediately purchased on Bandcamp, and you've got a game that's got tons of heart, wrapped in a wholesome, fluffy tortilla of sliding puzzles that's a great way to spend a day or 2 with. I may only be playing the closed beta for Marvel Rivals, but I can already tell that it's the squad-based hero shooter that has me excited for the genre again. I've personally been apathetic about squad-based hero shooters for a good long while now, so if you told me that I was going to be playing one in 2024 and be genuinely excited about it, I would have laughed in your face. So when I heard how Marvel Rivals was, obviously, not only going to contain an amazing cast of Marvel characters to play as, but that it's also going to be set in a third-person perspective, something inside me said, I think these guys are onto something. And after playing the closed beta as Scarlet Witch, she is easy to learn and her primary fire reminds me of Symmetra, I can honestly say that I'm hooked. The game types, as you might expect, are indeed reminiscent of other squad-based hero shooters. But again, the presence of Marvel's characters gives this game a bit of a special edge that fully embraces the crazy diversity of its universe, promising an almost infinite wealth of options looking into the future. What's more is that parts of its environments can be destroyed, altering how you'd proceed through a level and giving players lots to consider. Best of all is that synergies between characters are also given importance, rewarding players who coordinate their team composition in ways that can help you overcome all odds. Needless to say, just picking up the game for the first time and seeing the beautiful UI, the character designs, and the well-designed abilities that showcases each character tells me that a lot of love, care, and passion was put into this game. So you got me there, Marvel. Now I'm eagerly awaiting the full release. Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail is basically One Piece, and LiQWYD is Yoshi P's Luffy, and is a fitting follow-up to Endwalker. Final Fantasy XIV is my go-to MMO, and it's the only one I've played that really made my character matter a lot to the story, even if we aren't the principal character in the game anymore. Such is the case with Dawntrail and its heroine, LiQWYD. LiQWYD has so many similarities with One Piece Straw Hat Captain that if you replace the title screen with One Piece, I don't think it'd be unreasonable. Like Luffy, LiQWYD is a goof, but she's also wholesome, kind, optimistic, and supported by many powerful allies. Dawntrail's rite of succession easily felt like the race to the end of the New World in One Piece, which, understandably, is a name that Dawntrail borrows to collectively describe the continent of Tural. Exploring this new world was super fun, as we dived into dungeons and raids and participated in numerous world events together. So much so that it reminded me that playing this game alongside many other Warriors of Light can be such an uplifting and truly memorable occasion. At every turn, we're meeting random people who are working through the expansion's main story, relearning our jobs with all of the new shiny changes it brings, as well as engaging with tough challenges together, as we all ramp up to the true endgame in Final Fantasy XIV: fashion. Kidding aside, I love FF14, and if the idea of playing the game with other Final Fantasy fans sounds like a good time, check out the extremely generous free trial that is literally hours upon hours of free content. I might have seen through the thematic abstraction that 1000xRESIST presents, but it doesn't dampen the emotional impact that its compelling plot delivers. Even though I love JRPGs for stories and characters, it's quite rare for me to be invested in a purely narrative experience. But when so many of you on X, YouTube, and Discord said that 1000xRESIST is one of the best games of the year, I naturally had to take notice. And I gotta say, while it took me a bit to warm up to the look of the game, because of the decidedly low-fidelity nature of the Switch version, which I played it on, Watcher's story really touched me in a very different way than many of the games I played. Despite its ultra science fiction future, the game manages to touch upon different kinds of human condition as you progress further through each chapter. And when all is revealed and Watcher and her sister's origins clarified, it jumbles up all of your preconceived notions about what this whole story really is about, right down to feeling for the characters you'll meet along the way. 1000xRESIST does give you agency to walk around each area, discovering clues and things that can help you move forward in its story. But that's it. No battles, no party screens, nothing. Just you, the environment, and a plentiful voice dialogue packed in this game. And as you might surmise, speaking any specifics about this game's story is to rob you of the opportunity to learn all about it. But I'll say this: 1000xRESIST made me think about things that gave me a different perspective on my own personal experiences. And if you take your time with the game to heart, I've no doubt that you'll come away from it with a profound experience that not many games are able to convey. And those, my friends, are the games that I've been playing and played, at least the ones that I can publicly talk about right now. I'd like to know what game or games you're currently working on, so post your thoughts in the comments below and let's talk about it. But alas, the month has just started, and we've got a ton of games coming out in August of 2024. 17 of them, in fact. I also went and saw my first Distant Worlds concert last month, and I wanted to share with you what I thought about the whole experience. You'll find both of these videos linked right now. Thank you very much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video.